Hello and welcome to the Screen Chronicles. I'm Colby. With me, as always, is Steve, the Texas King, here to talk about the trailer of the new MGM Plus show, The Winter King, based on the novels by Bernard Cornwell, The Warlord Chronicles, which Steve and I loved. And we're super excited. Neither of us have seen this trailer, so this is our reaction video. So excited for it. Steve, you ready to watch this thing, man?
I'm ready to watch it, man. Yeah, like you said, it's based on books. This is the same author of the books of the Saxon Tales, the series that The Last Kingdom is based off of. So it's not done by the same people. It's a different group of people, but it's a show based on a similar author. So let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. See what we think of the trailer.
Darkness is coming.
Ooh.
The Saxons will take the Isle.
The Saxons
like
are back. Cheer Wolf.
Only you can save Britain. I'm my own man. No family, no country. You truly are my bastard.
Yeah, Last Kingdom.
Yeah, here we go.
The gods, they have a plan for you.
Bring the country to your destiny.
Vengeance is the way.
Ooh, we got some stones, some druids.
We must unite the tribes.
It's time for something new. For something new.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Your plan better work, brother, or we're all lost.
Oh.
It's easy to divide a country. The hard task is putting it back together.
Is that my boy Dervil? Is that my boy?
I think it's Durable, right? Narrating.
Oh boy, dude.
All right, that looked pretty sweet.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's unpack this a little bit.
Yeah, not a lot in that, I think, or at least on this first watch through here. Without giving too much into spoilers, the book is actually told through another person's perspective, Durable, like you said, and he's with Arthur, and they're going through, and Arthur is going through adventures, but Arthur's already like a badass when
Right.
Durable meets him. So that's why. Just my initial thoughts here. Visuals look cool. I like the tone, the setting, and everything they're going with. I if that's Arthur though, they're showing like Arthur's supposed to be like regal and elegant and have like this big plume of hair coming off his crown and this elaborate armor. This guy's a warlord, right?
Right.
So that's why I'm just kind of like, oh, he's like in peasant clothes with a sword. Like this guy should.
Well, and they did make it seem like that's Arthur, right? When because they said like Arthur in it, right?
Yeah.
And then they showed that guy. You're right. It's not exactly how you picture it in the books, but I will say what did look cool is it looks like there is sort of like a fantastical sort of setting.
But again,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, with the books, though, again, going back to like how The Last Kingdom is, the books and the show both nailed this thing that you and I really love, where something mystical or fantastical to at least the narrator, who is Uhtred, might happen. But someone like us from the outside perspective in modern times might look at it and be like, what? That wasn't the gods that did that. That was just chance of your time period. That was because you didn't get cured because you put a goat's head outside. It's because you started resting. You were out of the snow. You were taking in fluids and eating again. All the things you're supposed to do when you're sick. So I'm hoping when they're showing a sort of initiation ceremony there. I think with that bull for Dervil goes through in the books.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that is not actually like Harry Potter magic going on there. Hope that is just
definitely. I mean, I think I'd interpreted the books as having a little bit more of a fantastical sort of feel compared to Last Kingdom. Like I definitely think it's more stretching the limits of what is fantasy.
Yeah.
compared to Last Kingdom. Last Kingdom definitely felt rooted in reality. But yeah, I think it looks beautiful. I know they filmed part of this in Wales, giving me a little bit of like more Lord of the Rings landscape vibes a couple times. It was really cool. And yeah, man, I thought it was a pretty good first look.
Yeah, I'd say my only complaint is, like I said, Arthur looks like he's not as fancy as he should be by this point. So I wonder if they're going to change the story and start him even earlier and show an origin for him. But I really don't need that. I really love going through. You have the origin story of Derval.
Right.
He's the narrator of this, telling this story years after it's happened. And so it also makes you think like, oh, something could happen to Arthur, something could happen to XYZ characters, right? Because it's this other guy who's alive telling the story.
Exactly. So
Arthur.
are they even going to go that route in the show and have sort of the main character be Arthur or Derval? Because it kind of seems like by this trailer, it's Arthur. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it definitely felt like Arthur. And again, it's the story is about Arthur. When the Derval is telling the story, he's telling it about Arthur. So it seems like Arthur's the main character a lot of times, but really it's Derval's adventure that you're going through. There's a lot of times it's just him going on a mission somewhere, and you haven't seen Arthur in chapters. You haven't seen Arthur or heard about Arthur for multiple chapters. But I think every time they keep cutting to that main guy, he's fighting and that kind of thing, it seems like that's Arthur there. So
yeah, it does seem like that's Arthur.
I have to say I'm surprised by the. It seems like the budget and the effects on this, they're already going heavy into it.
It does seem like that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it definitely does not look cheap. It does not look cheap. King Arthur, the guy who plays him, his name is Ian de Keistecker. I think that's how you say it. Ian de Keistecker. So, not a ton of familiar faces. We do have real quick glimpse of Simon Merrills, who is also in Nightfall. Andrew Gower's in it, who plays Samson, who is in Outlander as Charles Stewart. Couple familiar faces, but for the most part, a lot of new faces here, which is exciting. Because that's what I liked about Last Kingdom is you found a lot of new actors. Stuart Campbell, by the way, is the guy who is playing Derval. And I got to scrub through it again to see where he is in this now that I see his picture. Yeah, but mostly showing Arthur in this trailer. So that's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what take they put on it compared to the books. But I think it's important that we reiterate, we love the books.
Oh, yes. Yes.
We love King Arthur stuff, and this was not only one of the more unique interpretations of King Arthur stories, but I thought it was a great one. I thought it was great. So loved seeing it or reading it, and we always said when we were reading it that we could sort of visualize it cinematically in our heads as we read it. And so, we're going to see if it's what we pictured, and I would say it's not that far off from what I saw in this trailer so far. What do you think?
Yeah, again, just like I said, it doesn't seem like Arthur as done up.
Yeah, well, maybe with the exception of Arthur. Yeah.
And it looks like some characters look a little differently there. I can't tell who's leading that ceremony at the bull statue area. Who is that? I have to say, Merlin looks different than I thought he would. One of the major things is he's definitely not as old as I pictured. Again,
yeah,
we have the sort of Gandalf, Dumbledore, Obi-Wan, old mentor visualization stereotype. But I think he's even described like that in the books.
Yeah,
he's got a long white beard. He's this tall old man. It's this guy looks maybe 40, and again, 40 back in year
True.
8 or whatever was still old.
Yeah, but if you were 40 back then, you'd probably look super old.
you would look like ass too. But I think Merlin in the books, I think he was actually like old, like really old.
No, I think he was like really ancient and disgusting
and like
too.
Really
like,
healthy for his age though. Like he could move around.
Well, he was healthy
Hmm?
because I know the people around him were like just super disgusting in the books.
He liked to keep weird, disgusting people around him.
Yeah. Morgan Le Fay was.
So I'm a little disappointed that they have this young, athletic-looking guy here. You know, it's just, and he has like no facial hair. You know what I mean? It's just like we need a Dumbledore beard. You know, get some.
I know, and I think
beard on this dude.
I think it plays well into the story if he's old too. I'm not revealing anything. We don't want to spoil anything here in this little podcast, but toward the later books, I think it plays into their favor that he's an older person.
Oh yeah, there's remember this awesome twist where I don't want to say there's a big reveal though. You know what I mean? Yeah, do you know what I'm talking about? I think it's the second book. I don't see how they could have that happen right now with this Merlin. You know what I mean?
And we don't even know. I mean, I guess we don't even know if they're going to follow the books 100%. But
man, I hope they do. You know, like again, this looks fairly cool. And if I didn't know about the books and I saw this show, would I be like, "This is awesome"? I don't know, but I can tell you, the books though are genuinely awesome. And
they really are.
If you're a fan of The Last Kingdom show and the books that it's based on by Bernard Cornwell, I mean, it's in that same vein. It's a little different. It's still, but like battles are textbook Bernard Cornwell. There's shield walls, so I'm hoping we get some shield walls.
I like that beginning of that trailer there with those.
And they said the Saxons.
Looks like maybe some shield walls and the Saxons.
Like maybe some shield walls going on there.
We need more Saxons. You know what I mean? And this is way before the Vikings, so we ain't gonna get no Vikings.
I know this is the Last Kingdom prequel.
It's a big prequel. I mean, Vikings was the Last Kingdom prequel. This is even a prequel to all that.
Yeah. So I mean, I hope. I just really hope it does the book justice. You know. So I mean, definitely read those books. Read
totally.
Those books. They are so good.
Totally.
But generally, right now, I like the trailer. I liked it.
Yeah.
I would change how old Merlin is, and I would change that Arthur should already look like an armored up, gaudy badass.
When you first see Arthur in the book, I mean, I think I read it before you, or I was ahead of you, and I immediately texted you because it was such an epic moment in the book.
It's fun too because Derval is like us. He's a fan of Arthur, so he sees Arthur in real life for the first time. Yeah. You know, and he knows who it is. You know, he knows who it is. So that's what that's what I want to see. I want to see that Arthur. I don't want to just see dirty, muddy, shitty Arthur. You know, in peasant.
And I want to see Derval too. I want to see him be awesome as like he is in the books, and he has an incredible amount of growth in the books as well. You know, we go on this journey with him. So, you know, I hope that. I think it'd be easy enough when you do the show to like just sort of like, okay, we're not really giving it from his point of view because we're seeing it visually now. That maybe you'd forget about Derval, but I really hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And I'll say, you know, we loved the Last Kingdom show, and we saw the show before the books. We didn't know it was based on books until we were just head-on fans into it. So, you know, and if you read the books, after seeing the show, some characters are described differently, you know. For one, Uhtred's usually like the tallest guy around, built like a brick shithouse. I mean, you know, Adre is still a brick shithouse, but he's not like a giant tank, you know. Right. He's more of like a live, agile, muscular dude.
Like Beaka was supposed to be super ugly and like hemiplegic, and he was not at all. He was very
So I mean, they took a lot of liberties, but I would say they stuck to the big plot points and they stuck to the themes from the books. They kept the big culture in that we love, making the square, holding the weapon when you die, insults like piece of weasel shit, things like that. So if they keep the core roots of the book, if they take some creative adaptations, I'm okay with that. But if you just, for instance, just start making it, everything is magic. It literally is magic. And you make Arthur just a freaking pajama wearing dude the entire time. And you don't give us any goddamn shield walls, and Dervil isn't, the main character, then you're changing the core of why people love the book. And then I think at that point it'll probably not be a good show then.
We'll have to see. And
we'll have to see though. Again, we'll have to see. We're only going off of very little bits here from this trailer. Yeah. And I hope it's good. I want it to be good.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, we don't know these writers and these producers. I mean, we cannot expect them to execute the way that The Last Kingdom did at Carnival. We're with MGM Plus now. I am going to have to get MGM Plus. This is a new.
I've never even heard of it, honestly.
I've seen another show that come on there like within this week. So this is, I guess, an up and coming channel. Maybe other people are more familiar with it than we are, but gonna have to get that now to watch this, and I definitely will, because I just love what Bernard Cornwell's brought into this world, and I want to see it. And we've always said when we read the books, I'd love to see this.
Mm-hmm.
There's some amazing visual things that are described in the books that, without a film budget, I sometimes wonder how they're going to do it, but it looked good so far, and my hopes are high. So we're going to give it a chance. And
yes. So that's our thoughts, our reaction to the trailer for The Winter King, which is the title of the first book from the series of the Warlord Chronicles of the King Arthur story by Bernard Cornwell. So let us know what you thought about this trailer. What did you think about what we said? Are we complete idiots, or are we right on the money? Let us know down in the comments below.
Before it comes out.
I do want to read these now.
Anyway.
But it's like we always say, goodbye.
Bye.
Yes, is all.
Oh.